Alrighty, getting into set number 6. PVZ, gonna be on Reno, spawning in the bottom left. His team is down to the last life. Still alive though, thanks to Exothermics win in the last set. From Guns and Roaches, our Zerg player in teal, this is cool. His opponent in the top left in red from LiT eSports, trying to, what's the word, Ryan? Trying to win the series. Let's go with that. I was trying to think of something clever and it just failed miserably. The protest player is retrO. That's what happens when you try to be clever this late. And this is 14-14 here from Cruel. It's Arena. Here's my question though. retrO's gonna get in and see this. Is he just gonna throw a pylon down? Like here? Or maybe here? Maybe here and here, and say, hey, have fun getting through these rocks. Or you can get around the entire way, right? Yeah, you can go around the entire way if you want to. It's a thing. Oh, Jesus, is he walling off completely? Holy hell. No, he's not actually walling off. Oh, he's going to do it. He's going to put it on a pylon. Oh, come on. I guess it's kind of pointless. Did he fake it? No, okay, there it is. There's speed. I was like, did he fake and pull out a gas? But no. Speed is on the way. We have 2 gates finished up here for retrO. He does have a probe on the map. But that probe's gonna die. I still want to see him just put down a pylon and say, yeah, you have to go around. Deal with it. So we'll see. So retrO, he does see that this is coming. And now what's the reaction going to be? Is he going to try to put it on the bottom? Please do it. Yes! Oh my god, I love it. Problem being, he needs another one. Need to cancel. He's just going to keep putting pylons down. Oh, this is the best. Oh, and only 2 lanes can attack this at a time. It's going to take forever for that to actually get out. And he's making 2 zelts at a time. This is just completely overkill. He's going to let this last pylon finish, but, you know. So, well, that's a good amount of lost resources, I guess. He's going to lose 150 here. He's about to... At least he's going to be supply blocked here in a moment, but now he's got a bunch of zealots out. He's going to have an adept out as well. And this speedling stuff is, well, all it's going to do is delay this natural. It will delay natural for quite a long time. Curious to see what retrO's reaction is going to be beyond that. Okay, there is a hole. I didn't realize there was actually a hole here. It didn't look like there was a hole, but I suppose there is. So it's a pretty sturdy wall right now for retrO. The problem being is there's a roach worn down now for Cruel. There's a roach worn down. I mean, he's just now getting back into gas, so he's not going to make a ton of roaches necessarily. But it is going to be like the next step of, holy crap, Zerg is annoying on this map for retrO. However, this is going to be 4 gates. We're going to be up to 4 gates here in just a second. He's chronoing out the Wargate research as well. He's just making a bunch of units, and it looks like he's going to try and walk across the map and just kill stuff. Because, I mean, why not? That's how this game started. Mush, of course, going to get in here. I mean, there is a queen, so Mush, of course, going to have to walk out of here and get the heck out. But still, it's interesting. Nexus is going to try and come down, but speed is going to get cancelled immediately. So this is not the most enjoyable of starts here for retrO. Now we have 5 roaches in production. I don't know. How does retrO actually get a natural down? I mean, he's got 4 gates. He probably wants to attack with those 4 gateways. There we go. Natural finally coming down, but... Well, okay. Cruel hasn't made workers. He's been making army units. He's got 6-7 roaches on the way. Is he going to make a couple of those into Ravagers? I would hope. I mean, he sees what his opponent has. He's got Overlords just chilling everywhere. There isn't anything that actually shoots up right now. We do have a couple of sentries. Well, a lot more than a couple. There's 4 sentries here. Is he just going to try and fight at this choke, maybe? And just continually fulfill this off? Because I guess that's a possibility as well. But running a Ravager would take that out pretty quickly. Ravagers, take that up pretty quickly. Once Tucker does get warped in, what's the tech? We have a Forge. That's the tech. And a little bit of an engagement. Just force field. Use a couple force fields here. That's about all. So this Nexus is going to get up. And Cruel, I don't know. He spent a really long time not making drones. And that could come back and haunt him. Oh, he's going to get on top of this army, however. retrO just needs to... he's gonna lose a little bit here. He's going to lose a sentry as well. He's going to lose a few adapts in the sentry. But he's going to pull back now. Oh, he's gonna try to kill one roach. Actually, there were 2 roaches in there. That's ridiculous. 2 roaches got caught up in there. He's going to continue pulling back, however. One Ravager does get morphed in, so he can actually take out the force fields now. But retrO's actually in an okay spot now. Worker count is even. We do have 8 drones about to pop here for our Zerg players, so that worker count's not going to be even here in just a second. As those do pop out. And Cruel goes up to 37 workers to 30. But bases are even. There's no third hatchery right now. There's no, crazy amount of tech out for our Zerg player. He doesn't have a lair on the way. But he's still just kind of making units right now. It looks like I guess he's going to go for these rocks next. It's going to be his next choice. He does lose another Overlord that's going to supply block him, but he does have 4 on the way already. Yeah, he's going to go for these rocks. Open up an additional path. But retrO's, he's going to be pretty okay. He's kind of okay up here. He's got a bunch of pylons. He's got a full engine with mothership core, so he's going to have a few overcharges. So he's going to be just fine. And with the sentries as well, it's going to be really hard for Cruel to try to actually break that. He's going to go ahead and go into the lair. And a third hatchery behind this. Still no real tech here from retrO. He does have a robo facility on the way. He's actually got his Chrono still sitting on the cyber core. Kind of the weird thing about Chrono now in Legacy of the Void is you forget it's on something because it's just constantly on something. And it's not something you think about, especially considering what all has gone on in this game. But we do see a bit of an engagement here. Nice force fields coming down. Really nice force fields. Going to trap 1 Roach and get a Ravager as well for a little bit of energy on the sentries. I mean, yeah, it was 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 force fields, but hey, kill a couple units, force your opponent to walk away and stay back home. I'd say that's a bit of a victory. And retrO's going to take his own third Nexus now. Has he caught wind? No, he hasn't actually seen the fact that there is a third hatchery or anything, but he can probably assume at this point that there's a third hatchery, because if there's not, then he's really, really ahead. And if there is, then this is a really safe Nexus. Either way, really. Worker count is actually in favor of our Protoss player now, which is definitely an issue for Cruel. He does need to actually get some workers out. It's kind of an awkward scouting path by this Phoenix, but he just wants to get into the main base. He does see that the lair is there. He's going to try and get over and see the third base is there. He does see the creep at least, so he does know there's a third hatchery. But Zerg army is moving in on top of the third base, but retrO does move his forces over and force the army back without taking any damage. I think another Overlord just went down in the main base. Cruel just trying to find a way to engage here. It's a little bit difficult for him. A couple of Vile go out. Get some damage done on a sentry or 2. It's a nice couple of shots there, but without upgrades and without really a lot of tech beyond these Ravagers, this is a precarious position for both players. If retrO extends too far, he runs the risk of losing his entire army to a quick surround there. I mean, there are a lot of Speedlings out right now for our Zerg player, so he could do that pretty easily. We've got an infestation pit on the way here for Cruel, which could either be for some infestors or it could just be to get up to hive really quickly. He is only on 1-1 right now for his ranged attack, and his third base isn't actually saturated yet. He's going to go take well, I thought he was going to take a 4th hatchery, but that drone just turned right back around, so never mind. Phoenix just hanging out, acting like an observer. No problem. Rumawave finally coming in for retrO here, so he's going to be able to go into either Colossus or the Disruptors. I've got to assume probably Disruptors, but who knows? Maybe retrO really likes Colossus and wants to go for those. About 10 minutes in, Cruel finally almost has 3 base saturation. He's getting the gases now to his 3rd hatchery, and he is taking a 4th hatchery as well. So he will finally have the economy that he would expect to have at this point. The problem being his opponent is still an even base with him, still pretty much an even workers as well. He's actually going to pull ahead in workers here, 56 to 55 in favor of the Protoss. So that's the thing. And cruel is going up to Hive. So I'm not okay. He's going to go ultras. I was a little curious about what exactly he was doing, but he is getting the melee upgrade now. He only got +1 attack for his range unit, so he is going to go directly into ultras, it seems. But there's already a few. Actually, there's 4 immortals out, and really nice SimCity work here by retrO. It's going to deny those lings actually getting in. I'm assuming this probably is a full wall. I don't know. There might be a little space in there. Can't really tell. I assume this is the only location you can actually get into the 3rd base, so he is able to just defend in one location rather than trying to defend a bunch of locations. So really nice work by retrO to make sure he's safe as possible. Army's about to meet here in the middle, but I don't know. Cruel he wants to engage here, but oh geez, he's getting around top of it. Actually doesn't get really much of anything going. He's going to take out all those force fields, which I guess is a cool, neat little trick, but kind of useless whenever you don't actually attack right afterwards. So a little bit 4-0 here for Cruel. Just trying to find some way to engage in this army. I think the only way he can is if he actually went and got lurkers, but he's going for the Ultra Tech instead, and this is a beyond choky map. I don't know how well ultras are going to do. We already have, like I said, we already have 4 immortals out. We got some disruptors as well. Really nice force fields here by retrO. He's going to lose 1 stalker. He's just continually trying to just, I guess, bait up the force fields. Is all that Cruel really wants to do right now. Is just continue baiting those force fields, run out all the energy. Not that force fields do anything against ultralists, but he doesn't want retrO to have energy, I suppose. Has retrO seen this yet? No, he doesn't see the fact that there's the Hive or the infestation base, so he doesn't know the threat right now. It is a super fast Hive. He doesn't know about the Ultra Cavern, of course. We do have +2 melee attack on the way. The Carapace upgrade is on the way for the Ultras as well. We have 4 Ultras in production, but we have double Robo Facility already. 2 Disruptors right now being made at a time. That can easily and really quickly switch into 2 Immortals at a time. And those Immortals already have +2 attack, and they're going to have +3 attack. So they're going to do a ton of damage here to this army whenever they're made. But it's looking like retrO wants to get aggressive now. Using the Aggressive Bile to take out the scouting Phoenix there is kind of interesting. You know, half an army is supposed to hallucinate, right? But looking like retrO is gonna try and find some way to engage in this. Where are these ultras actually popping out at? 1 pops out over here, the 3rd, 4th, and 3 of them are popping out the 3rd, and looking like Cruel's gonna try to go for this. I mean, with the ultras, they can just stomp through those, but Disruptor shots come in and do a good amount of damage. Corrupt Bile going out as well. This army, both armies are taking a ton of damage, but the army for Cruel is definitely surviving quite a bit more. 1 more Disruptor does go down, another Disruptor about to go down as well, and retrO is definitely on the back foot here, trying to find a way to deal with this. But as I said earlier, this is such a choky map. These ultras are having a hard time getting on top of anything, actually doing any damage. So Cruel, I mean, he kills a lot of the army, which is really nice for him. But he's going to have to back up now. Oh, doesn't even quite kill that. There he goes. He's going to kill the war person now. Awkward few moments here for our players, but not much of an army left over here for retrO. He needs to find some way to do this, but again, these chokes, so it's really hard to do anything. In a massive couple of Disruptor shots there, get a bunch of kills, 4 kills, 9 kills on those Disruptors. And that Zerg army just melted to those. They were all clumped up there. They were all Roach Ravager. The Ultras, again, weren't really actually killing too much because it's all Blink Stalker here in this little tiny choke. And that little tiny choke meant all the army was funneled very nicely for these 2 Disruptors, which got a huge couple of shots off. Now we see the double Templar tech. Temple Archives and Dark Shrine coming up now here for retrOs, that time of the game. He does have a 4th Nexus, and there isn't a 5th hatchery just yet for Cruel. He's going to want to start transferring some drones at some point. He's got 14 as natural, and he still has 7 in his main base. So his bases are going to start mining out, but I mean, on the plus side of not having a great economy all game, you're not mining out just yet. Good to see another engagement here. The Disruptors going to get the nice shots they did the last time. They do get a ton of Ravagers there. They are going to die. Nice blink by retrO to avoid that Cryptic Bile. And again, Ultras just having a hard time getting the surface area to actually attack. But still, that is a lot of units going down here for both players. And there's so many Stalkers. And actually, the overcharge, the pylon overcharge is getting some work done. We got 3 kills on a pylon, which is just kind of awkward to see. And now the Ultras are being chased by Blink Stalker. What a depressing life to live, right? A couple more units gonna go down here. It's a lot of Lings, a lot of Speedlings going after this army, and now, now it's being switched over the other way. What is there to actually attack these Lings? There's not a whole lot, and not a whole lot of money right now for, well, really for either player. They've both been trying to remax so often and so hard. We have some High Templar coming in. 4 High Templar. It's going to be Archons now. And so what's it going to be? Switching into like Zealot Archon or, I don't know, Stalker Archon, Immortal? Looks like it's going to be the choice here to try and deal with his army of Cruel. I mean, there's only 3 Ultras left over right now. And let's be morphing over here. A few Zealots, and actually this army is now trapped by Cruel. And he's getting on top of the Protoss army, which is nice, but the Immortals are just doing so much damage. The Archon up to 10 kills, all those Lings just absolutely melted. And what's the remax? 5 Ultras is still in production, but Cruel is running out of money, and he's running out of kind of energy of this force he's been trying to make the entire game, and retrO is just trading a little bit more effectively every single time. I mean, the resources loss is pretty even. He's actually going to bleed off another Immortal. He's going to bleed off another Immortal. I thought he was going to blink on top of that one and try to kill it off, but doesn't quite go for it. Queen going to do it go down. Actually, drones are pulled off the line as well to try and push this back, but drones off the line means actually the Ultras aren't able to get on top of things and attack the way they want to. Again, just this AI is not having a good time. 4 Immortals left over. There are Ultras coming in, and Cruel, he's going to tap out. retrO is actually going to take the week here for LiT eSports. So it's going to be 4-2 now. So GG to him, GG to LiT eSports. We do have 1 set left. It's going to be our ace set ZVZ, Solace versus Cactus Main, coming up next here shortly.